Afternoon, everybody. Last chance, yeah. Today we're going to talk about the coronavirus. Before we start, I just want to get some mindsets right. The first thing is, you have a car insurance. What's the function of the car insurance? To stop you from having an accident? No, it doesn't stop. All it does, it helps you. The same thing with all the PPE that you have, which are given to you in terms of corona. The only thing it's going to do is help you. But let's carry on. What you need to understand, the corona is a virus. Can you see a virus? Can you feel a virus? If you have the flu virus, like we know the flu virus, can a doctor treat the virus? No, the doctor only treats the symptoms of the virus. So, in other words, when you go to the doctor, you got flu, you're sick, he doesn't treat you, he treats the symptoms. He gives you bronchitis stuff and you get rid of the phlegm and stuff. That's basically what happens. So, we need to understand how the virus spreads. If you're a hermit and you live up on the hill and you don't come in contact with anybody or in the middle of an island, what effect does it have on anybody else? Nothing. What effect does it have on you? Nothing. Nobody comes in contact with you. Yes, it's true that if you had to come in contact with other people that have had viruses before, you'll get very sick. Same thing happened in Spain and in South America. So, first thing for the coronavirus is to isolate yourself. Second thing is to have some form of a protection like a mask. Third thing is to wash your hands. We need to understand how the virus works. The virus is transmitted via droplets, not air. Air is when it's smaller than 10 to the minus 5. This is even smaller than 10 to the minus 5. So this is 10 to the minus 6. It's a micron. Micron is very small. So let's assume it's in the air. Let's assume it gets transmitted. Let's assume it gets into your lung. Where is your danger zone? The danger zone is this part of your face. Your nose, your eyes, and your mouth. Okay. Because if it gets into your mouth, the chances of it goes into your lungs is very high. If it gets into your nose, the lungs is very high. A virus is naturally lazy. A virus is not a live thing, it's a protein. Okay? So naturally you cannot kill something that's dead. So the only way you can get rid of it is to eliminate it before it gets into your body. How does it get into your body? Via droplets, like we said. If it gets into your body, it goes into your red blood cells. And when it gets into your red blood cells, it starts eliminating your oxygen in your body. So you actually, by getting this virus, ultimately you'll die of air starvation. You'll be drowning. It's sad, but it's true. Now we're talking about people that recovered and people that are infected. If people are infected, you get 20 people infected, 15 recover quick, 3 die, and 2 have a hard time recovering. Why is that? Why do some people recover easier than other people? Can someone answer me that? Why do some people recover quicker than other people?
Because they're taking care of themselves.
Taking care of themselves. The DNA is different DNA. Their structure, what they eat, what they are, they're not ill. And unfortunately, this disease is prone to attack people with low immune systems. Their immune system is higher and stronger. Things like TB, sugar diabetics, and blood pressure affects you. But of course, if you're in treatment, it doesn't affect you that badly, but it's going to go for you. Sugar especially, because sugar is also related to taking oxygen. Those two are little brothers to each other, so we know that. So the first step is we try and isolate ourselves. If we cannot isolate ourselves, a 1 meter distance, a minimum of 1 meter between each other. And even then, we start using these masks as a form of isolation from each other. If 2 people wear a mask, the chances of it contaminating each other is not so high. If 1 person wears a mask, it's 50% chance of contamination. There's no guarantee that the mask is going to stop it in totality, but it will help a hell of a lot to stopping it. The second thing is, you need to try and get rid of this virus before it even forms or piggybacks onto blood. Because it's got a coating of fat, really, it's actually fat cells around it. What you're doing with soap, your number 1 defense is soap. I needed that bottle here for the class. Please bring me that bottle. Number 1 defense is soap. Because what does soap do? Soap breaks down the fatty contents around the virus. And because it breaks down the fatty contents around the virus, it dies. In the meantime, it also leaves a fine layer of soap substance on your hands. So it's like an oily substance. Now, the chances of the virus catching onto your hands is not so high. Now, we mustn't get confused thinking that the virus doesn't go through your hands. The only times it will go through your hands if you have a cut. I found that out as well. If you are bleeding, the chances of getting it through your hand is there. Just like anywhere else. So the soap picks it up. So now we have the soap. It lines your hands, which you've washed. Your surfaces that you have sterilized as well, you need to wash. You must know, remember, this thing can travel 2 meters, it starts dropping. 8 meters is a normal distance that it can travel without air. It likes cold things. It likes things like fridges and stuff. So you go to the shop, you buy substances, food and something, you don't wash it off, you don't sterilize it, and you put it in your fridge. Is one of the worst things you can do, because then it just multiplies in your fridge. It just grows like wildfire. Don't confuse the virus with a bacteria. Bacteria you can kill with antibiotics and iodine. You can't kill the virus. So it multiplies. It likes cold substances. So the second best thing for sterilizing is alcohol. Now, we tend to want to go for alcohol always. We think alcohol is better than soap and water. It's not. It's the other way around. The mere fact is alcohol will kill the virus for the same reasoning, because it takes the fat away around the virus, but it also eliminates your surfaces. The surfaces, your hands become dry. That's why if you get an alcohol spray and it's got some form of a lubricant in there, like an aloe vera or something, that's the ideal situation to be in. It will clean it. A little bit of aloe vera, your hands won't dry out. Your normal safety solvents and stuff that you have in your workshops, your hand cleaners and stuff are perfect. They're perfect. That's your first defense. So wash your hands lots of times. The worst thing you can have is have your face mask on, your phone ringing, picking up your phone and talking to your phone. There's studies currently on phones being one of the best carriers for corona, in the sense that it's contaminated. You don't clean your phone and you speak into it all the time. There's spit in that phone all the time. So that's it. So isolate yourself, use a face mask, and then you'll be given a card. You being truck drivers, you'll be given a red card. The red card is a temporary card which allows you onto site to say that you've done this corona orientation, and then when you finish, when you leave the site again, you will bring the red card back to security, which will then sign you back on. I trust you'll enjoy your stay with us. Please do not come in contact with people. Please try and implement social distancing so that we can all have a safe day and go home safely. Thank you very much.